Hi, Adio here. Last time I showed you how to create virtual drive, and today I'm gonna show you how to use this virtual drive for your second system. We're gonna install today the Elementary OS, which is one of the most beautiful Linux distribution for your laptop. So let's go for it. Alright, so just make sure that you have by your hand flash drive with capacity 2 GB. Then make sure that you have a laptop with i3 recent processor, 4 gigs of RAM, and the main thing is the SSD. I would recommend to have laptop with 2 SSDs, one SSD separated for each OS. And then the last requirement is the screen with 1024 by 768 pixels, and of course internet access. If you got all of this, you are ready to go. Okay, at the first step we will need to download all the tools we need for the Dualboot. So as a first thing, we're gonna download the Elementary OS. We're gonna go directly to their website, and if you want, you can give them $10 or you can take it for free. Enter and download Elementary. So it's 1.4 gigabytes. As a second thing, we will need to download Rufus. That's a tool for creating the installation media. So we're gonna click on the first one. And as a last, we will need to download the partition manager AOMEI, which will show you what type of drive are we using. Alright, download freeware, and let's click on it. After the download, you're gonna hit the folder where you have downloaded all the files. You're probably gonna have it in download folder. I have it already on my desktop, so we'll close this window. And first thing what we're gonna do is open the Rufus. Yes. And take your flash drive and plug it in to your PC. Alright, it's there. And here you have your flash drive. Here we should select the Elementary OS. I have it on my desktop. You're gonna have it probably in your download folder. Open. So it's selected. And then this part is what type of drive you're gonna use. For that we will need to install AOMEI Partition Manager. So click yes, OK, skip, next, accept, next, and let's follow the simple steps and install. And now we can uncheck this and finish. Let's close it. And this is the main part we need to check. It's GPT, so we can go back to the Rufus and switch to the GPT. So this is alright. We can leave all as it is, and we can hit start, write and ISO image mode. Recommended, OK. Yeah, this is the warning that all the data you have on your flash drive will be deleted. Make sure that you have a backup of your data. You can use the whole flash drive for this installation. And then when you are sure, you can click OK. I can minimize this window. You can do it as well if you're gonna have it open. Alright, so the installation is now ready. So now we're gonna go to the next step, and then it's gonna be the main part of the installation of the system itself. So we can close the window. We can close this as well. Let's close it. Alright, and at this step, we're gonna need to restart the system. So we're gonna go to the start, click on power, and then click on the restart. And when the boot screen is gonna come up, we're gonna start hitting the shortcut which is working for you for the boot menu. For me particularly is F12. So hitting F12. Alright, the boot menu is loading, and here we're gonna select the flash drive. So in my case, this is the SanDisk, and I'm gonna hit enter, enter again. Now it's gonna boot the flash drive, and here we're coming for the installation. You can select your language for the installation right here. For me, the English is fine. Click install elementary, and here you're gonna select your keyboard layout. I'm alright with English UK, and here is the version which is perfect for you. For me it's good, this one. Click continue. I would recommend you to connect to your Wi-Fi, so I'm gonna click on mine, connect, write the password and enter. So now it's connected. Click continue, and I would also recommend you to check install third-party software for graphics, Wi-Fi hardware and additional media formats. That's gonna save you time after the installation is complete, because you will need to do it additionally. It's always better to do it right now. So when you check all of them, click continue. Now it's gonna take some time. It can take a couple minutes. It depends on your connection and on your laptop or computer. Where are you installing the system? Okay, and after a few minutes, you should see this screen. At this point, when we are installing Dualboot, we should choose something else. But if by any chance, in your case, you are installing freshly new system on fully empty laptop, you should select the first option. But for us, select something else. Click continue, and here we have ready partition. What we should do is double click on it and click on external running file system. We're gonna create the root folder, and for the root folder there is recommended space from 18 to 20 gigs. The minimum is 6 gigabytes, but for our case I would choose 20 gigabytes and click OK. Alright, we agree. That means actually that any other changes that has been already on a partition will be deleted, but we don't care about it because it's already ready for this system. So we're gonna click continue. Okay, so the root partition is ready. So let's add the boot. For the boot, I would recommend to you from 500 to 1 gigabyte of the memory, but for a case I'm just like using 3 gigs and just selecting EFI system partition, and we can select the type of the partition as a primary and click OK. Okay, so the boot is ready. Now we should select the swap partition. So click on plus, and for this swap it's quite complex. It's not really something really difficult, but if you have a RAM memory in your laptop or PC up to 5 gigabytes, you should always use double size here of your RAM. But if you have 6 and more, it's always the half. In my case, I have 16 gigabytes of RAM, so I'm gonna use 8000 megabytes, what is 8 gigabytes of RAM. We can select again primary, beginning of the space, and here we should select the swap area and click OK. Alright, and the last will be the home partition. We can use the rest of the memory from the partition we created. Again, we can select it as a primary, beginning of the space. This is absolutely fine. ext4 German client system, and here we're gonna select home and hit OK. Alright, so double check. Now we have the root, it's got 20 gigabytes. We have 0 free space. EFI partition is for the boot of the system, it's 3000 megabytes. and the swap area for the RAM memory is half of the size in my case, and the home partition for the rest of the files, your videos, photos, documents, is the rest of the memory. So everything here is correct, and now we can just click on install now. Everything looks fine, and click continue. Here it's asking us about time zone. You can select the place where you are. I'm happy with the Central Europe. Continue. And here we should write your name of your laptop or what you're gonna use. Okay, so it's written there, and the password. And here we have two options. Login automatically. It's not gonna ask you about password, and require my password to log in. I'm gonna show you the login screen, so I'm gonna select this option and hit continue. Now it's gonna take a couple minutes. It can be up to 15 minutes or more. It depends on your laptop or computer, so be patient. And after this loading finishes, it's gonna ask us about restarting. So now we can see that the installation is ready, so we're gonna click on restart now, and after a few minutes we should be in a Elementary OS system. It should boot and all should be alright. So let's see. Alright, so this is the good sign. Welcome window for sign in. So here we should type our password. I'm gonna type mine one and hit enter. So this is the welcome screen. Here is the dock. All seems to be working fine. Can go just through the details. Next. Night light. Next. Next. Get started. Alright, so here is the full system. All applications you can find right here when you click on this place. As you can see, you can type to search. Here you have the notification area, clock. And here are my congratulations. If you managed to follow all my steps until this point, you are really ready to go with the second OS. In our case, the Elementary. If anything didn't work for you, please just try to increase the values. Make sure that all is installed on the SSD, and also make sure that the paths like the root, home and swap area are correct, and the partitions are primary partitions. If you like to see more videos from me, please hit the subscribe button, and I'll come back to you as soon as possible with the next video. Alright, take care, bye.